First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Set, 180. 53, Mike. Defense wins championships, baby.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. Well, what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Oh, you got deep? White. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Keep it up, defense.
Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Omaha, ready, move.
From the gun, here's Stafford, escaping the pressure right. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. He'll have a first down past the 40. 34 yards there and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the
Now Wentz. And he finds Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Don't go. 280. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. He's creeping.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. That's caught. It's Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the out.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Hey, 260. Mike. All you get is a headache.
3rd and 2, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They toss it out right to Johnson. Demario Davis there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stafford being chased out left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Check. Big 20. Middle.
From the 50, Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They pitch it out to Johnson. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Well, this is caught by Ginn. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is Cook with the ground. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
How many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go, back man. You ain't doing nothing,
On third down, Murray. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They go back to Murray on first down. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 34-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
That's what I do.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Mike, take 20. Let's go, let's go. Have we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the curl, watch the curl.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Murray has the first down and more. And some space here. And down to the 16-yard line. A big run that time by Murray. 59 yards. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Wentz flushed out right, and it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll run. Murray. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Again, it's Murray. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They give to Johnson going right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Caught by Jones. A gain there of 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's Johnson, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Stafford flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the 82nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down. It's Johnson, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They go to Johnson again. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula? He's got a man, complete. 39 yards there, a big one.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And he's got Latavius Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 25 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Anzalone coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Ginn. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Time to ground it out now with Murray. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Stop your body. Tight end right. Tight end right. Sunday.
Here's Wentz to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Stafford, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Alex Anzalone able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They go with Murray again. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And Lutz's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for New Orleans, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.